Welcome to Statesboro, Georgia, and what many refer to as the prettiest little stadium in America and home to the Georgia Southern Eagles. But trust me, it can get a little ugly if you come in here and you're not an Eagle. Today, a couple of Sun Belt rivals ready to square off. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Troy Trojans taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia Southern Eagles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Trojans will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Georgia Southern's offense will take the first swing of the game. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
Great job by the offense. Listen, the defense is going to sit back in zone. You know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Makes the catch and knocked down. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. He'll just keep slinging it. Pocket starts to collapse. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So Troy's offense has the ball for the first time. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Dalton. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. To the ground to try to move the chains. The Trojans get it past the sticks. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. And the Trojans will have it 1st and 10. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15. Looking to throw, it's Crowder. Coming after it. Swings it out to his running back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. And the defense, got him at the 27.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Georgia Southern in a hurry. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got a man. It's Cobb. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting his progression.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get 1 more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Feeling some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Wants to throw. It's French. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
He lets one fly deep. He's got it down the right side. Oh, look out. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Quick strike complete. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. To the air, it's French. Makes the grab down the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before half. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. No good. Guys, that field goal could loom large. Missing an opportunity to get within a touchdown. We're still sitting on a 10-point game. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Statesboro. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the Jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the prettiest little stadium in America.
Second half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Smashes ahead. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I don't think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably...
He's off to the races. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. It's Crowder. Finds his tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Off play action. Got it in the middle. It's Connor. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well. They're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Georgia Southern in a hurry. Shotgun snap on third down. That's reeled in. It's Cobb. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. And the Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone. And speeding down the left side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Eagles! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking downfield, it's Crowder. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pass falls incomplete, and we have played 3 quarters. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Troy is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, then get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
The Eagles headed quickly to the line. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's White. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. All the plays, all the plans, all the schemes, and it will be decided on this kick. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Comes out throwing on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Lewis.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Taylor. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. Got a wide open receiver. Touchdown, Troy! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
What a great game, tied late in the ballgame. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score is tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
Getting set for the point after. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Florida is currently trailing in this one, but I'm old enough to remember the comeback Danny Wuerffel led in 1995 to beat Tennessee. So don't rule anything out here today. They're trailing by just 4 to LSU. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Trying to find his man on first down. Still looking, on the move. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. Looking to pass. It's French. Working the middle. It's complete. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. It leads to 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Got his man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Defense. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Going up top on first down. Makes the grab over the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and now just 1 point away from a tie.
Massive score, now massive decision-making. Obviously, extra point ties the football game. Easy peasy, nice job. A 2-point conversion, you win this thing. So I would kick it, but you know what? You want to go for it? It's your decision.
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. Taylor has it. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
picks up 1. Brings up 2nd down.
Here's the handoff. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. 1st and goal as they try to jump on top here in overtime. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They've got a little work to do here on 3rd and goal in overtime. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. He caught it. Touchdown, Eagles! And they grab the lead here in overtime. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And they pick it off. You can't give it away in overtime. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one. What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays and big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports.